I'm talking today about the Elven Star course and the specifically Mystery 1. Mystery 1 equates to the word know in the 7-word system and has to do with the establishment of oneself as an authentic statement. The keywords for know in the 7-word system are boundaries, identity, choice, and truth. The highest expression of self is truth. Who are you? Who am I? How do I express this absolutely authentically? This might seem straightforward, but it really isn't. There are so many pressures that require us to fit in, and by fitting in, we kind of bend a little bit who we really are to make no waves, to be harmonious and so on, until we find ourselves eventually to have been bent out of shape. We say yes when we mean no, we say no when we mean yes, and so on. And this is because there is tremendous pressure upon us to do that. It begins from birth, and the parents are most responsible for having done this to us, and then the school system, and then the employers and peer groups, and so on and so forth. And we get squeezed into a shape that just doesn't fit. It doesn't represent who we are. So our task with Mystery 1 is to address this. How do we actually get ourselves to be who we are? And the answer lies in the 2 exercises associated with this first section, this first chapter of our studies. One is actually to get ourselves on top of life, to make sure that what comes at us, what comes to us, we can deal with effectively, according to our own sense of what's the best thing to do. There are so many things coming at us in life, it becomes overwhelming unless we control that. So the first thing to learn to do is to control how you deal with life itself. Now, because we have a physical existence, we are constrained. We need to eat. We need to have shelter. We need to find our place in the world. We need to be aware that people are pushing us and pulling us. And these forces are to be dealt with. Now, the way we deal with that is to manage our affairs effectively. So unless we actually find a way to become capable at management, we're lost. We are overwhelmed permanently and we will never find ourselves. So a very simple, pragmatic tool of self-authentication is to learn how to manage your life. This requires simply making a list of all the jobs that you've got to do and doing them in the right way, in the right order. It could not be simpler than that. So to create a job list is an important, mysterious tool. It doesn't sound very mysterious, does it? But surprisingly, it is. There's a magic to this, and I have expressed the full details of how best to do a job list in the website. You can access that by referring to the link at the bottom of this video. Now, a job list is not simply writing down what you got to do and doing it. It's much more complex than that. We have to prioritize which order to do things in. And that is how we operate choice. How we choose the priorities in our lives is how we choose the priorities within ourselves. Do we do that in response to, excuse me, minimizing stress or maximizing creative opportunity? That's an interesting one. Do we separate big things from small things? Do we know how to take the big things and make them into a number of small things? Can we forget about those things that we simply cannot ever get to do? Can we just let go of them? There's a lot more material in this job list idea than meets the eye. And I'm going into that fully in the text that I've mentioned. Now, the second major thing that I'm introducing in this course is called muhasabah. It's a Sufi word. It means self-reckoning, accounting for yourself, reporting by yourself to yourself. So you simply make a note of what's going on in your life across the board, to do with health, to do with finances, to do with friendship and interests and hobbies, to do with your relationship and your family and your home life, to do with your ability to cope with conflict and how you're getting on with the rigors of work and career development. What is your vision for the future? How do you deal with people who are difficult to deal with? How do people deal with you when you're difficult to deal with? What are you like in your relationship to spirituality and death? All of these things are really important statements of where you are in your life and therefore who you are, because that's the path you're choosing. And it's eventually written in facts. So many of us believe that what's in the imagination is the case. Well, it's not. It's in our imagination. What is the case is measurable by fact. And just recording those facts, and to do that in a certain way, at a certain frequency, with a certain attitude, that is a profound exercise, and it will change what you do and what you think. And it's like changing your course direction in life. So I'll give an example. I'll use my own Elven Star Sabians to give you an example of how this works. My sun sign is in Taurus, 16 degrees, and so my Sabian symbol for my sun is old man, attempting vainly to reveal the mysteries. When I first read this, I found it disturbing. It seems on the face of it to be a failure. Attempting in vain, it means you don't do what you want to do. And Mark Edmund Jones sees this degree as one of the very few in the 360 which are negative. And yet Rudyard helped me to understand it differently. He doesn't see that. He sees this as an opportunity. And eventually, by looking at my Sabian symbol, I came to see that there was an opportunity within it. And the opportunity is to learn how to teach by learning how not to teach. So I've pretty much been a teacher since I was a child. I was helping my schoolmates out with their maths all the time. And I was totally in myself when I was teaching. I'd never doubted the fact that I was wanting to be a teacher. But I did really want to get the students to understand what I was saying. I can't say that I wanted to be a teacher who could not explain himself. And yet, in a sense, that's what I've become. Very few people understand this teaching. It's a very small minority interest, isn't it? It won't please astrologers, for example, let alone anyone else. So in a sense, I've embodied my Sabian symbol. Now, Rudyard's saying, what happens then? What happens when you fail to reveal the mysteries? And if you can tune into this degree really well, what happens then is you find some other way of presenting it. And that's what I've done. And it's a wider thing than just Sabian symbols. I'm sort of aware that this degree is about presenting oneself to the world, teaching the world who I am. That's my teaching, and this is true for us all. Each of us is teaching the world who we are, because the world wants to know, not all of the world, but some of it. Some people that you meet will want to learn what you have to teach. So I'm trying to present myself to the world, knowing that mostly I'm going to be misunderstood, but always trying to find that other way of expressing myself, a new take on the matter, looking creatively for ways to explain things. And so I've come up with my own ideas for how to present the mysteries. And this has been one of the most profound and enjoyable experiences I've ever known. So that was the first understanding. If I look at the 7 words in the context of this, boundaries, well, when you're a teacher, students interact with you in a certain way, very often not respectfully. They do not always respect your boundaries. So to become a teacher, you have to have clear boundaries. Second keyword, identity. Like I say, I am a teacher. It's not what I do, it's what I am. I'm happy to say that. I am a teacher. Choice. And here we have it. I can choose whether to teach this way or that way or another way, because I've had so many opportunities to try teaching and to fail that I've looked for another way and another way and another way. And I've done this consistently. If I look at my muhasabah exercise over the last, well, I've kept a record since 40 years I've been doing this exercise in muhasabah. And if I look back and I see what I've written down, it is obvious that this is me. There's no question about that. This is authentically who I am. And I've not really understood that as fully as I do now through having studied the Elven Star Mysteries.